portion start in a clinch. How'd you get there? Like, first of all, you don't know takedowns and you're starting like that? Like, how did you get there? Like, so it starts with hand fighting. How about, like, that's like building the second floor to a house, but we didn't do the first floor? Like, we're just building the second floor and imaginarily, like, this is gonna lift up and then somehow later we're gonna pour the foundation. Like, I don't get it. So practice. Ivan was here. He showed you guys amazing arm drags, getting top player on the hands, same exact thing that I teach on the ground. He's excellent. That's why I was so, I was preaching what he was teaching, is he teaches what we learn on the bottom. So if I'm in here, so he constantly showed you to push this thing through, push this thing through, push this thing through. And then, like, you're working takedowns from a clinch position is like, okay, you have, like, your chance of even getting there, like so low. So try your best to be, when I say apply it to how it really goes down, visualize it. So let's go through this. So we're gonna just Professor Ivan, so you could attach it on Friday to get into those hand fights, okay? So I get some type of grip, okay? Obviously, I'm gonna keep it simple. I'm gonna try to push this thing through, okay? And I'm gonna do exactly what he said. He was right. I don't want to grab onto this elbow. I prefer not to, because if I grab onto this elbow and he's a good player, let's see right there, it lies to me. Meaning that I could pull it and he could elongate it and he can go limp arming on me, and now I never got anywhere and I never affected the body. Could, okay? So if I potentially could go deep and throw it through, I overthrow. Okay? Because what I want to do is, if I do get high up on the shoulder line, the shoulder won't lie to me. The arm will. You drag a high-level player, this section operates by itself independently of his rest, and what's going to happen is I go pulling and he goes flaring, and now I lost it, and now I got to abandon it and go into a recovery, right? So I would love to go deep and pull, because now I affect him. Okay? So now the arm won't lie to me. Okay? Secondly is, don't get so focused. If I just told you about this hand, but you don't know, okay? When you throw through the pocket, only thing you did was Ivan said, push it through, make it cross the center of the line, push it through. Same thing from standing, okay? I keep pushing through. I told you a little bit different with Ivan. Ivan was pushing it through. I tell you to push it to the groin because I want to affect the angle of it, but let's just push it through. Okay, secondly, when I throw this hand through, okay, I want you to throw it through. Don't go reaching, because you go reaching with an objective of grabbing, you're gonna lose it every time. He's wet, he's got big arms, he's big and jacked. I go pulling this through, he's gonna rip it out on me. I wanna get him to change that angle. So throw it through, and I don't have anything. You can see, people can see my hand over here, it's just dangling in the air. I wanna come back with a fish hook, and I wanna pretend there's a man behind me, and I wanna elbow him to the face. Okay, so when I throw through, I come here, and then as I pull back, that's what gives the momentum to change it like this, okay? I'm gonna ask you now, because what's gonna happen at this point, I know what you're thinking. You're gonna get up, but I'm gonna ask you to learn how to scissor S again, so it attaches to what we're doing. Because when you're here, obviously I'd love to take this leg out. I would love to grab onto something, just like Ivan said. Ivan had it perfect. Body line behind deltoid, reaching for far side hip. That's what I would love to do. I'd love to come over here, start getting ankle grip, and that's what I would love to do. But the moment you get arm dragged, and he's got a good coach, he's gonna ask you, don't let him get to your back, don't let him get to your back, don't let him get to your back. Because I just did this. I came in, and I make him touch the ground, and now we're here, right? And his coach is yelling, don't let him get to your back, don't let him get to your back. Only way he can get to you, I don't allow this, because if I'm in here, he's gonna flare this hip, right? So I gotta play the same angle too, okay? He's gonna release that hip because he knows what I wanna do. I'm telling you what I wanna do, okay? So right away, remember earlier I said, stay right there. I said, get comfortable S-ing these legs out, right? So I'm learning how to S them out and just come up on my kneecaps, okay? And that's how this angle just played. I came in here, and I pull this, and I made him touch the mat. And I'm reaching, right? Or I'm reaching for an ashi, whatever it is. Maybe I'm reaching for to set up an X guard. And now I'm getting comfortable. Retracting kneecaps, coming up, okay? Obviously, this is gonna happen quickly because when I'm in here and I'm reaching and now he's turning even more, I'm coming up also to come around this leg again. So make sure you take a wide step because I would love for you to be on the outside of this kneecap because he doesn't control my limb on this side. So if I get to the outside kneecap, I can finish it with a back step and now hit that side control pass on him. I go reversal and now I'm in the side control. Okay, so let's start with it. I'm pushing the hand through, exactly what Ivan said, right? Push the hand through, push the hand through. I'm sitting, depending on his length, I would love for you to push it to his groin so you change the angle of the muscle that's pulling. It's not gonna be the lat, but if he's tall, right, it's gonna be a body structure thing going on here. If he's really tall and he's playing so far, like, and now he's reaching from here, not gonna go start pushing this thing like this. Okay, it is what it is. He reached this way, I'm pushing across, I'm hitting long, I'm hitting back, hitting the guy behind me, I'm coming up, I'm trying to reach, okay, perfect, kneecaps up. What did I say? Far side clear. As I far side clear, secondary hand has a goal also. I told you everything has a goal. He's not coming up yet. This hand will have changed its function a couple of times, but at the moment, I'm not gonna tell you anything other than one thing. I would love to be, because as I come up, I would love to be able to grab on as far as possible that as I take my back step on this side, I'm really behind him now. If you look at me, I'm on this lat, I'm in front, like there's a high probability that I'm gonna get hooks, I'm gonna get to the neckline, I'm gonna get some type of, because remember I've reached over here and I'm in here. I don't know how this is gonna play out because I don't know what he's gonna do, but there's a high probability of connection of my hands, which is awful for him. Now I got a seatbelt on you and I'm behind you and you're sitting on glutes, like this is not good for you. You're in a terrible spot, but I did everything perfect to get to that spot. How this outcome happens later will be determined on how he moves and his reactions, and then I'm gonna answer those reactions because we said the game will change in 4 inches. Okay, so let's partner up and we're just getting comfortable and dragging. I would love, okay, because most people who are here for the seminar is that you're gonna go 2 minutes top, 2 minutes bottom. So Ivan showed you those drags and he showed you a huge demonstration. It was awesome. I'm gonna ask you that you came into this engagement, you're grabbing hands, pushing, dragging. What did Ivan said? Take a step to him. Take a step to him because you gotta close this gap. Somehow in standing, when you're here and you push these hands through, when I go pulling, I gotta take this step for a reason. I gotta get behind this deltoid, okay? I also gotta get control of this hip. So I'm gonna ask you just to get behind him. You have 2 minutes. I would love for you to do 5 on standing, 5 on the bottom, 5 on standing, 5 on the bottom. And one thing, with this, you don't have to have good on both, okay? This could be one side dominant because you can marry something different on the other side. Don't get too complex on it, trust me. So whatever side you're dragging with, stick with it. Stick on bottom, you're on for 2 minutes before we cycle. Okay, let's do it, guys. Professor Ivanov, I can see people did not write down their stuff. I come in here and press this thing through and I hit this. Do you remember this detail? I see people going like that. Like, that's not what he showed, ladies and gentlemen. He told you why you closed the gap. You push this thing down, and what did he say? He told you this. He must have told you 10 times, okay? Now you understand why he's the Olympic coach and like, yeah, details. I want to get to that far side hip. He told you this. Push it. What did I do with this leg? I closed the gap because I wanted to own this hip. And now this is where we are. And I see everybody going. Where was that penetration? And then who knows how this plays out. Maybe I come in here and now I don't go for that. And now he squares up and I catch and now I'm running a double on him. I don't know. But I knew I did it right in the beginning, that it gave me options to proceed to something secondary. But now, where was this on me now? I go like this, and I go, and now he goes back. No, go back like, I can't, yeah. And now there's no double. My penetration was so far out in here, I can't even hook the leg on a drive. Like, everything went south on it. You guys were here. Pay attention to details. I'm a stickler for it. Let's partner up and do it again. Let's go.